Hello, this is Bob Gray Sr. Welcome to Ministry Moments, YouTube. You can subscribe. That way you'll get it every week and every Friday, 4 o'clock Eastern time. And you can look at it at your own convenience. You're busy, I'm busy, and you can just take time to take a look at it when you can, when you work in your schedule. But 4 o'clock Eastern time and Ministry Moments. So I hope you subscribe. Talk to your friends into subscribing. I think it's not a sermon. It's not very lengthy, but I think I'm trying to encapsulate really all the things I was able to teach for 3 decades at the Soul Winning Clinic in Longview, Texas. So get your pen out, get your paper out, get ready, take some notes. I want to talk to you today about the music ministry. The music ministry. Um, it Well, you get your music off, you're going to get your doctrine off. You're going to get That's like a dirty plate with a T-bone steak on it. It just ruins the taste of the steak. The main thing is the steak, not the plate. But you want to present the right type of uh, cleanliness of melody and songs and words, and be very careful. And we're living in a day and time. I don't know where in the world some of you young guys, God bless you, not mad at you, but you think if you can have a worship team without calling it a worship team and dress down instead of dress up when it comes to church, you think that that's the reason that church over there is no, they're liberal in the sense of no standards, no soul winning, no real conviction, deep conviction. It's not pastor led, it's deacon led, elder led, whatever. But let's get back to the old-fashioned ways. Let's get back to old-fashioned preaching and old-fashioned singing and let the Holy Ghost of God work. All right. Music ministry. Have I made you mad already? Hadn't even got started, have I? Number one, avoid the use of worship teams. Avoid the use of worship teams. Uh, or I should say, anything that looks like it. You're paying homage to a bunch of folks that are it's not old time religion. Man, I want the Holy Ghost to work. I'd rather have somebody that loves God, can't sing a lick, but sing for God. Let the Holy Spirit work. We become too professional, really. Number one, avoid the use of worship teams. You'll preach against it, you'll stand against it, and turn right around and make it look like it. Um, when you dress down instead of up, Brother House used to say, when you're casual, you become a casualty. I dress up for church, not down for church. Isn't that supposed to be a foretaste of heaven? Uh, when you use the world to win the world, you'll end up with the world and end up in the world. Nothing good's going to come from it. Make sure your music, use old time hymns and songs. All right, I said number one, avoid the use of worship teams. Uh, Tony Hudson said they called it. I want to talk to your worship team leader. He said, you are. I'm the pastor. I'm the leader of that. Oh man, Mama, God bless Mama. Every Saturday night she'd get around that piano, the old red hymn book, back, the back, Max. Man, my tongue tangled here. Uh, we did that old red song book, Highway Heavenly Hymns, and every Saturday night, Mom would play the piano and we'd sing. I can't sing a lick, but me and my two younger brothers, we'd belt it out. We'd sing with Mama. It was time to sing on Saturday night. She wanted to make sure that we stuck by the old songs, the old hymns. I'm glad she did. Number one, avoid the use of worship teams. Number two, avoid contemporary Christian music, no matter how heart touching and rendering it may be. Avoid contemporary Christian music. Stay away from it because you're opening the door for your people to start listening to things they shouldn't be listening to and start learning from people that they should not learn from. And the doctrine will be affected before you know it. We're talking about music ministry. Number one, avoid the use of worship teams. I'd run. I wouldn't do it, wouldn't do it, wouldn't do it. And put that song leader in a tie and a white shirt, or in his case, a pink shirt. But good grief, let's dress up for church, not down for church. Let's not go down that path. Number two, avoid contemporary Christian music, no matter how heart rendering. It tugs at my heart. And it's a bad direction. You're identifying yourself with people you don't want to be identified with. Number three, Stick to the old hymns and songs. Stick to the old hymns and songs. Number 4, once in a great while, a new song may be usable, but once in a great while. You don't jump on the bandwagon too fast about some of these songs that come out. Don't do it. Don't do it. Let the test of time take. The pastor ought to examine the words, ought to figure out if this doctrine is sound or not. We sing a lot of stuff that's not doctrine, not doctrinally sound. So I said, number 1, avoid the use of worship teams. Number 2, avoid contemporary Christian music, no matter how heart-rendering it may be. Tugs at your heart about mama, put a steel guitar in there, buddy. You'll weep every time. Number 3, stick to the old hymns and songs. Number 4, once in a great while, a new song is usable. The value of one. One of my staff men, I preached the sermon, The Value of One. He sat on a platform and he wrote the song, The Value of One. What a great song it has become. It has stood the test of time. And just wonderful. He wrote several songs that were just great songs about the bus ministry and so on. And but they were good, solid songs. But not every song that he wrote was usable. But those 2 happened to be, 2 or 3 happened to be. I said, talk about the music ministry in your church. Number 1, avoid the use of worship teams. Number 2, avoid contemporary Christian music. Number 3, stick to the old hymns and songs. Number 4, once in a great while, a new song is usable, but let the pastor decide it, not anybody else, but let the pastor decide. If you found a song, you say, boy, well, then give it to him. That way he can look up the author, the one who wrote the song, who they run with, and so on and so forth, and let him decide that. Number 5, have the pastor check out the author and doctrinal soundness of the words. Number 5, let the pastor now check out the author, the writer, and the doctrinal soundness of the words. Let him decide that, not you, but let him. Number 6, have the pastor go through the hymnals and choose what to use Sunday night, Wednesday night. When I went to Longview Baptist Temple, and did the same thing when I was in Bourbonnais, Illinois. I just got the songbook down, and I circled everything I felt was we should be Sunday morning. Everything that would be a help Sunday night, and then Wednesday night. And I did that. I chose that. I wanted to make sure what we sang was exactly what God intended for us to have. I wanted to make sure the doctrine was right. I know, boy, they changed the chord and they mentioned Mama and You Cry. You somewhere in here. Most of these songs are self-serving. They're not honoring Christ. It's all about us. All right, music ministry. Number 1, avoid the use of worship teams. Anything that looks like it, run from it. Number 2, avoid contemporary Christian music, no matter how heart-rendering it is. Number 3, stick to the old hymns and songs. Number 4, once in a great while, a new song is usable. Number 5, let the pastor check it out. Let him approve it before you do it. Number 6, have the pastor go through the hymnal and choose what to use Sunday morning, Sunday night, and Wednesday night. Number 7, let the pastor approve musicians. If they're not soul winners, I don't want them on that platform singing. So I approve all musicians. I did. I approved it. That's what I did. Number 8, introduce new hymns on Wednesday night. Now, you get some good hymnals that are out there now. There really are. There are good hymnals out there. But it's the kind of thing where if you want them to learn new songs, Wednesday night's the time to do it. And so I would, when I met with Brother Duckett, Mrs. Pettigoffer, then we would talk about new songs that we'd like to introduce on Wednesday night. I approved the words. I felt they were sound, and they had to make sure the music was right, the melody was right, and so on. That was up to them. Now, if I'm sitting on a platform and I hear something, I say, whoa, I don't like that. I'd get my 3x5 card out and make a little note, because the next meeting I'm going to have, I'm going to bring it up. I had vocal cord surgery 3 times. I've had it. And I was out 6 months and didn't preach, couldn't talk, wasn't supposed to talk. And I was having some potentially serious problems. But I carry my 3x5 cards with me, and the staff would laugh because I'd get out my red pen and write on that 3x5 card. Oh boy, he's mad about something. Red meant anger. Brother Howell's, one of the outlines he gave me, it says here, raised voice. Holler here. All right, music ministry. Number one, avoid the use of worship teams. Anything that looks like it, don't do it. Number two, avoid contemporary Christian music, no matter how tender it is to the heart, and a little steel guitar and a little bit about mama. Number three, stick to the old hymns and songs. Number four, once in a while, though, a new song is usable. The Value of One was a great song, a great song. Um, the house is full, but the fields are empty. I met the guy that wrote the song. In fact, he was laying it out while I was in Nashville, Metropolitan Baptist Church, preaching there. And he asked me as I was going to meet with the pastor, what I thought about the song. I thought it was wonderful, wonderful. I took it home and we used it too. Um, I said, have the pastor check out the writer and the doctrine of the song, the words. Have the pastor, number six, go through the hymnal and choose what to use Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday. Let the pastor be the head of the music program. Don't turn it loose. Just give it to somebody and say, well, he's talented, and just leave it up. No, you can't do that. Let the pastor approve musicians. Number eight, introduce new hymns on Wednesday night. Number nine, church members must make up the church music. Don't bring people in. Don't do it. Don't do it. Now, I know some small churches, they may pay a little old Methodist lady to come in and play for the congregational singing somewhere. I'm not fuss about that. You've got growing pains. You've got to grow, and that happens. But when you get your church growing and so on and so forth, don't bring in outsiders. Don't do it. Don't do it. Uh, help. We had two recitals, spring and fall recital, but it started out because I met with the ladies when my pianist who was when I went to Longview in 1980, she was tremendous. I mean, great talent. But boy, she didn't like me. And one Sunday morning, she played a 15-minute offertory, wrote me a note, told me how I was wrecking the church, and then she walked out and slammed the door. And so I took a 16-year-old young girl and made her my music lady. And as she grew, then I said, you're going to meet with the ladies and they're going to take lessons. And when I retired, we had over 70 groups playing. I don't know how many musicians, pianists, and organists we had. We had a bunch of them. We had a whole bunch of them. But it's because I determined I was not going to have that organ bench empty or that piano empty. Wasn't going to do it. Um, Next, church members must make up the church music. It has to be that way. Please do that. This is your church, and let people take lessons and give them lessons and let them grow. Next, use soul winners. Don't use people who are not soul winners. Next, use willing members, not just talented members. Don't look for talent. Look for those people that love God. Look for those people that are trying to keep people out of hell. You look to them. Next, make the music ministry a teaching ministry. That's why we in grade school, and junior high, and high school, and college, we had musicians learning and growing. And if they graduated from college, went off somewhere else, at least they could be a benefit and a blessing to a local church somewhere. Last point, better to use a solo or group or choir for the invitation. At the invitation time, take the hymnals out of the hands of the congregation so that they can move and come to the altar. Then you could have a soloist sing, you could have a group sing, or you could have the choir sing. We had the choir, but if you don't have enough people, get the hymnals out of the hands of the people so that they can respond and go to the altar and do business with God. That's very, very, very important. Talk about the music ministry. Number one, avoid the use of worship teams or anything that even looks like it. Number two, avoid contemporary Christian music, no matter how heartwarming it is. Number three, stick to the old hymns and songs. Number four, once in a great while, a new song is usable, but let the pastor check the author out and check the words out, make sure they're doctrinally sound. Have the pastor go through the hymnal and choose what to use Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night. Let him, I would circle it AM, PM, Wednesday night. All right, then introduce new hymns on Wednesday night. Next, church members must make up the church music. Don't bring out, I understand, if you're struggling, you run about 20, and you want you don't have somebody play the piano, if you want to hire some little Methodist lady to do that, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But you ought to grow and have you train your own. I'll use willing members, not just talented members. Don't look for talent. You look for soul winners, people that love God, love souls. Make the music ministry a teaching ministry. Teach character, teach character. I don't like the use of cassette tape is how old I am. I don't like the idea of CDs uh, for the special girls sings especially. They got this music. So many things can go wrong. But I'd rather have her sing a solo without the tape behind it. I'm looking for soul winners. I'm looking not for talented people, but people with character. And music ministry will develop character and build character. Better to use a solo, a group, or the choir for the invitation. We'll get the hymnal out of the hands of the people. I hope this helped you. God bless you. I love these ministry moments. I loved Wednesday night teaching. I loved it. I love Sunday school. I love this point one, point two, point three, tab A, slot B. I like that. I like that a lot. All right, soul winning tomorrow. Got to get people saved, keep people out of hell. And you make sure now that you subscribe to Ministry Moments YouTube, Bob Gray Sr. All right, tell your friends about it. Have them subscribe, and it'll be a blessing to them. All that amount ever. Maybe something. Well, that didn't help me any. Well, come back the next week. Maybe we'll find something that'll help you. God bless you. Have a great weekend.